All right, here we go. We are in Boston, and as promised, I'm going to do a home flight deck tour. I said that I would do this yesterday, so let me just get the get everything going. You have to bear with me. I have not had a full cup of coffee yet, because of course that's on there to demonstrate what's going on. So I'll back out of here. I'll start with the computer. Of course, in the back we've got Airbus prevalently displayed, my Hawaiian Airlines shirt, my JetBlue Airline Pilots Association shirt, very important to me. My good friend gave that to me. Tools of the trade, some scissors, screwdriver, measuring tape. Got some stuff back there. Highly recommend if you use the ThrustMaster throttle, Shapeways. At any rate, the computer here, good morning hub. The computer here, Jetline Systems, custom Gravity GT2. I've done some upgrades to it. It's got 2 terabytes of storage, 2 1 terabyte M2s, and a 360 gig SSD in there that I use for storage. RTX 3080 Ti that I upgraded, came originally with the 2080 Ti, put in a 3080 Ti. It's got 12 gigs of VRAM now. i7 10700K. It's not really, it's overclocked a little bit, I think. I don't do a lot. In the back, we have some Star Wars stuff and some of my grandfather's stuff. Come around the sides here, my Hawaiian Airlines stuff with Gramps there. Took him to Hawaii a couple of times on Hawaiian. Of course, the models, personal good stuff there, right? I have flown on this plane, 361 HA, this plane, EIBED, this plane, N102DA, and this plane right here, N740DA. That was my first trip to Hawaii back in the day. And of course, some odds and ends. The headset, Corsair Void, Elite Wireless, RGB. Of course, I keep that in the blue setting. The luggage tags are from, favorite trips. Like I did my first Mint trip. The trip where we just went to DC and won the Teamster election. Helped elect our local president. Coming back down, we got the Hawaiian Airlines mousepad, Corsair Void Elite Wireless, RGB. Of course, a notepad to write down your zero fuel weights and anything you might need to do. Coming across here, we have an iPad mini, which use this with Aviaserver CDU. And of course, I can pop that right up on the screen for you. Aviaserver, highly recommend. That's what gives us our approach reports also. Oh, can't see the passcode. It's just an old junky iPad mini. It was a hand-me-down from my mother-in-law. I was like, hey, I could use that. It's mounted down on the bottom here with a gooseneck from Amazon. Works pretty well. And of course, the server doesn't want to come up. But I actually have all the MCDUs for all my planes come down there, whether it's Boeing, Airbus, doesn't matter, right? ThrustMaster flying clamps, I actually, theoretically speaking, installed them backwards. Because you can see I've got the trays here, right? Theoretically speaking, it's supposed to be flat. But I kind of like it down more. If I had it up, flipped around the other way, it would be more difficult. So, iPad for CDU, MCDU. ThrustMaster full set there for the throttle. It does have the Shapeways detents on them. Highly recommend you get those. Shapeways, it's like 20 bucks. These are the originals, but it's a set of detents you can put in there. Gives you more manual thrust range. Coming up, Saitek Logitech radio panel. Running with SPAD Next as the software. Come over to the side, we got the Honeycomb Bravo, of course. This is what I've been using for autopilot for quite some time. Obviously, I have both sets of throttles that I keep on the couch next to me. Commercial, Boeing style. And of course the Airbus pack, which is, you can't put it in the box when you do engine 2 and 3 reverse. But of course, we got the real Airbus deal right there. We don't need that. Coming across some more, we have the Honeycomb Bravo, which for the Airbus, we just reclaimed all these buttons. I used to use these buttons right here as the, push for manage, pull for, so this would be like pull for heading. Actually, it's still hooked up. I haven't done it yet, but these control the lights. Coming over a little bit more here, ThrustMaster TCA Sidestick. It's a pretty cool mechanism because when you're steering on the ground, it actually kind of feels like the tiller. I got my original throttle. I use this for just a couple of switches, like the lights, and this is the taxi light. Gaining back some functionality as of yesterday. Compressed air in front of Snacksonville Center, and some stuff we use just to compressed air and Snacksonville Center, of course. Got Teddy Grahams in there. JetBlue hat my buddy gave me. Get the Louisville Slugger there in case anybody gets out of line. Some checklists come under here. Got the Winter Ops checklist there. This is an iPad on just a mount from Amazon. It's an iPad Pro that I had lying around. Use that for Navigraph charts, etc., etc. Gonna have to get a smaller keyboard now because we put the FCU in yesterday, and while it's the most amazing piece of equipment I've ever owned, of course, it's kind of big. Literally, it ends, my entire hand can go in the back. My hand's in the back of that. I understand he's trying to make a mount, but I don't know. I should probably done it, thought more. I don't do good converting millimeters and centimeters. It's bad enough. So, of course, now we got the centerpiece of the whole smash, and you can see I got it pretty well lined up with how it would be in the flight deck. Well, yeah, what's next in terms of equipment? What's next? Who knows, buddy? More from Skalarki. I mean, this is pretty quality stuff. It feels like the real deal. It's a little hollow, it's compared, I don't know what it is compared to there. What's next in terms of equipment is mounting this thing in a better situation. Norman Blackburn saw from the FS Labs forum, who's always so helpful. He's like, you're not going to fit that thing there with that monitor. I'm like, well, buddy, it's not going on the desk. It's going on top of things. Can't bring it across the middle because I still need the keyboard. I would need to bring out stuff along the side of the couch here. And, of course, we got the coffee. That's necessary with the napkin. Coffee and water. So this is the sim pit. Gonna obviously have to shrink the keyboard and find a new home for the CH. Yeah, we originally thought about going straight that way, and figured I had more room. But don't forget, Hub, this is a temporary house for us too. And of course, down the bottom, Saitek rudder pedals in horrible. I have not wire tied up the Skalarki stuff yet because I was having a bit of a time last night. So that's pretty much that. It's unfortunate that I have to go to work today and freeze my tail off. But, guys, if you could take any questions other than better place to fit. I got the drawers over here. I keep, I have my old GPU in there that I gotta get set up down. Yeah, Hub, in the new house, it'll be a completely separate room. It'll kind of go, let me see if I can back up a little bit. It'll go straight down to the wall. It'll be squared off, so it'll come across like this and be flat in the back. And the flight sim gear will be on one side, and the DJ gear will be on the other. Purpose designed for that, buddy. Coming into the new, once we get the condos built, if we ever get them built the way everything is. So yeah. So when I'm seated, this is my view. I did forget to talk about the monitor. It's a 27-inch. So this is right at my, excuse me, this is right at my eye level. As you guys know, when we check the eCam, I usually go like this anyways. So that's kind of perfect. And if you look here, as I lose my keyboard, it's pretty much lined up you know, pretty square. Standard to standard. Why is it standard, by the way? Yes, I have been looking into dual monitor, but with P3DV5, as I lose the keyboard again, with P3DV5 and it being DirectX 12 hub, just don't know if we can swing the budget. I'd love to have, I'd love to have a second PC for streaming, just so I wouldn't have to, let's see what Boston's doing here. Boston. Refresh. 1354 Zulu, it's 1428. 3057. High pressure, it's freezing cold out. So, this is my view here. I'd like to put in some cameras, like maybe over the shoulder on the shelf here, behind in the storage that I do not dare show. Get all the boxes and everything up there. So the Bravo's controlled by, obviously the Skalarki's controlled by Skalarki and FS Labs. The radio panel's controlled by SPAD Next. This is controlled by Linda, FS Linda, because, and then the Aerosoft thing is somewhat like, the Aerosoft software has given me these lights and that light. I mean, the gear is pretty self-explanatory, but their software it's absolute garbage. It's like, oh, hey, go find your LVARs, and then you got to download a profile that somebody else made. Make it so that we can easily program it. Linda, you just, click and drag and pick what you want. So for most plans, it's controlled by FS Linda, which runs through FSU IPC. So you got ground power, APU bleed, different toggles on there. We just gained back, 8 buttons there, and on the stick, some more buttons as well. So, got to figure out a more elegant mounting solution, a better keyboard solution. In truth, really, I only use the keyboard for the numpad and for GSX, to get GSX going. But this is also, if you come along here, you got the master warning. So like if I did, just to show off the Skalarki a little bit, if I do the fire test, I get a master warning there. Test there. Test there. Forget how to get a, it even has the side stick priority. So for instance, if I go click the priority button on the right, so if I click this, watch, the arrow will go for the priority right. It only has priority right for some reason. I don't know why it has priority, Doesn't come back to captain. It should come back to captain. It says captain like right on there. And then this is the master auto land switch here. Yeah, it hurts me to watch it go too, buddy. Sorry. You getting dizzy? It is what it is, bud. Like literally, like this unit, it only goes to like right here. I almost would have said, I would have told the dude to send me just, that much. But it is what it is. It's a high quality piece of equipment. Like these are spring loaded. Those are spring loaded just like these should be. I got a half a mind to take these out of here and put the spring loads on them. Because it's like he must have used the same thing he uses for the engine, it's the pull it up and go. Pretty much that's it. That covers all it. Corsair for the mouse and headset. I had this keyboard like all squared away last night. It was perfect. It was absolutely perfect. And now, of course, while I'm trying to do a tour of things, it's force of habit in Boston automatically put 5,000. I'm super pumped that he did send the amber, because I asked him how long it would be, because obviously amber's the color that JetBlue has, not the warm white. But that's pretty much it. That's the flight deck. And the project over the next few days here will be probably to have a carpenter friend come by and just build a little mount on the side of this thing to kind of hold the FCU up, because it's sitting on top of the Bravo, which has the same base as this. So we're a little cramped in here right now, but still very happy to have the addition. I hate it when the people come in here like with the, yeah, Von Rent. Yeah, that's good. That's good. Go away with your fake YouTube. So that's it for the flight deck tour. Hub, thanks for tuning in, bud. Compressed air, I gotta do the bottom filters and the top filters on the computer. Storage, Saitek rotor pedals. I was thinking about getting some MFG crosswinds, because everybody recommends them so much, and we know how these ones can be sometimes. They get a lot of use, at least the brakes do. So that pretty much covers it. Obviously the Bravo lights up, and the FCU needs to we got to fix the situation with the FCU. So happy to take any questions in the comments later on, and thanks for coming.